Welcome to our study circle for April 21st.
We are going to be, since we started this month as the month of Rama, we started this month with a study circle on Rama Bhakti on April 7th, following which today we are going to be celebrating Rama Navami itself. Rama Navami happened this past Wednesday and it was celebrated with much delight in Parthi. For those of us who would have seen the videos, we would have really been able to live the celebrations in Parthi. So we are continuing the same theme of celebrating Rama Navami at our center. Today we have a special presentation on Rama Bhakti. We are going to be enjoying the devotion of two saints that Swami has talked about, Sant Tulsidas and Bhakta Ramadas. Moving away from the often talked about devotees of Hanuman, Sabari, Tyagaraja, this is our opportunity to explore and enjoy the devotion of these, we should say, modern day saints, because they were both in the 15th and 16th, 15th, 16th, 17th century, not too long ago from where we are now. Ram Vishwanathan, our young adult representative, is going to be sharing with us the devotion of Sant Tulsidas, and Sister Bharti Bala is going to be doing the topic on Bhakta Ramadas. For those of us who have not watched it, there is a video done by Swami students, there's a play done by Swami students on Bhakta Ramadas. I will send it after this session so we can continue enjoying the feeling of Rama Navami through the week as well. I will now turn it over to Ram Vishwanathan to start us off on Sant Tulsidas. Sai Ram. Bharti Aunty is going, Bharti Bala is going first is what I'm being told, so we will talk about Bhakta Ramadas. Sai Ram.
Sairam everyone, wish you all a very happy Rama Navami. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Thank you Swami. Humble salutations at your divine lotus feet. We'll start off with a Sai Bhajan that has Bhadradri, since we are talking about Bhadrachala Ramadas. I'll try to make it as short as possible so that, we're not going to do a lead follow just because, we want to save time. So, Shri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam Aprameya Ramam
శ్రీరామని నామమేమి రుచిరా, ఓ రామని నామమెంత రుచిరా. శ్రీరామని నామమేమి రుచిరా, ఓ రామని నామమెంత రుచిరా. కరిరాజ ప్రహ్లాద ధరణిజ విభీషణులు గాచిన నీ నామమెంత రుచిరా. కరిరాజ ప్రహ్లాద ధరణిజ విభీషణులు గాచిన నీ నామమెంత రుచిరా. కదళి ఖర్జూరాది ఫలమూలకధికము పతిత పావన నామమేమి రుచిరా. పతిత పావన నామమెంత రుచిరా. శ్రీరామని నామమేమి రుచిరా, ఓ రామని నామమెంత రుచిరా.
I just wanted to add a quick point to this. Sita had mentioned about this drama that the students had done in Bhagwan's Divine Presence. Swami being the director, he uses this song very beautifully in the story in the future when he's imprisoned, when Bhakta Ramadas is imprisoned. He's provided food that is just not palatable at all, you know, food that is rotten, going bad. That's the kind of food he's served. But he takes the plate and then they play the song in the background. O Rama Shri Ramana Enta Ruchira. Meaning, when your name is there, which is so sweet, how does it matter what I'm eating? The name of Lord Rama is so sweet and palatable, so it doesn't matter that I've gotten such rotten food. Right? Swami is the best director in that sense. I thought, you know, how he used it in that piece. So then Ramadasa is a very good Tahsildar, he's maintaining proper accounts and all that stuff, and then he has to go to this area of Bhadrachalam to collect the revenue for that, from that village. So when he is there, there is also a fair going on and he's gone to attend the fair, and then he sees a very old lady who's barely able to walk, carrying a pot of water up a small hill. It's not a very huge hill. Those of you that have been to Bhadrachalam know that it is a very small hill. You know, it's not something like Tirupati or, you know, any of the strenuous ones, but still it is a hill and she's struggling to go up the hill with a pot of water. So he follows her because he's curious. He wants to know where is she going, what is she doing. And when he goes up there, he sees she's doing Abhishekam to the idols of Lord Rama. And Sita is seated on Lord Rama's lap and Lakshmana is standing by the side, and he's spellbound by this view of the idols and also the beautiful scenery of the Godavari river that is flowing by the side of the hill. He's spellbound by that, and is there the audio for that? Yeah, I can, yeah. So Damaka asks him, you know, it's the idol is beautiful, but it doesn't have a proper roof. It's just what we call olai in Tamil, thatched roof. And Damaka asks, you know, Kancharla Gopanna, hey, you're the Tahsildar, you know, you are in charge of money and all that stuff. Can you not do something to build this temple and give Lord Rama a proper shelter? So, but I just wanted to quickly play the song if the song is available. If it isn't, we will move. That's all right. So, he sings the song Idigo Bhadradi.
ఇదిగో భద్రాద్రి గౌతమి అదిగో చూడండి. ఇదిగో భద్రాద్రి గౌతమి అదిగో చూడండి. ముదముతో సీతా ముదిత లక్ష్మణులు కలిసి కొలువగా రఘుపతి ఉండెడి భద్రాద్రి గౌతమి అదిగో చూడండి. చారు స్వర్ణ ప్రాకార గోపుర ద్వారములతో సుందరమై ఉండడి ఇదిగో భద్రాద్రి గౌతమి అదిగో చూడండి.
So then he's been tasked with, finding the funds to build this roof for Lord Rama. There are many versions about how he goes about getting this. One is that because he's a tax collector, he knows who are all the rich people in the village, who are all those that can donate more money, and he collects that separate amount and he builds the temple. And the tax amount that he collected goes to the Shah. That is one version. The other version is that the tax amount that he did collect, he sent it to be given to the Shah through somebody who usurped it all. So the Shah never got the tax money. And so, he's imprisoned. That is the second story. The third is that he collected something called the jizya tax. The jizya is something that the non-Muslims have to pay to the dynasty, to the king, for protection. If you're staying in that kingdom and if you're using that land for cultivation or you're just staying there and doing business, whatever it is, since you are a non-Muslim, you have to pay the jizya tax. So the third story is that he used this part, the jizya tax, to build the temple. In any case, the Shah finds out about it, Tana Shah finds out, and he imprisons him. Not only imprisons him, for 12 years, but also to get 10,000 lashes with a whip. Those of you that are familiar with capital punishment, not capital punishment, whatever that punishment is called, you get whipped. It's there even today in Singapore, I suppose. For crimes and misdemeanors, you can be lashed. So he's put in prison, and when he is being imprisoned, his thought is only on Lord Rama. He says, when I have Lord Rama with me, what is this imprisonment going to do? He has no fear. There is no, how did this happen to me? Not yet. He's very confident that Lord Rama is going to protect him, and he's very, going to the prison, I wouldn't say happily, but accepting that. So today's theme being one of surrender, I just thought I'd touch on this point. Go ahead, Sita.
తక్కువేమి మనకు రాముండొక్కడుండు వరకు, తక్కువేమి మనకు రాముండొక్కడుండు వరకు, ప్రకతోడుగా భగవంతుడు మన చక్రధారి అయి చెంతనియుండగా, ప్రకతోడుగా భగవంతుడు మన చక్రధారి అయి చెంతనియుండగా, తక్కువేమి మనకు రాముండొక్కడుండు వరకు. మృత్యు సోమకుని మును చంపిన ఆ మత్స్యమూర్తి మన పక్షమునుండగా, తక్కువేమి మనకు రాముండొక్కడుండు వరకు.
So, I'm sorry, I learned these songs while I was doing research on this, and I should thank Sita for that, because I'm not a Telugu person, I do not understand the words. But while doing this project for the study circle is when I understood every song has such a beautiful meaning. He's saying, there is nothing insufficient for me as long as Lord Rama is with me. And Swami always used to say that in his speech, Jentane, Ventane, Kantane Una. When we heard it, we said, yeah, Swami is telling he's always with us. That's how you think about it. But when you hear Bhakta Ramadas singing this on his way to the prison, imagine the courage he has because he has Rama with him. To me at least, it was such a revelation that, we need to be, all of us do chant Swami's name all the time, Sai Rama, Sai Rama. But to know that Swami is with you, Swami is with me, that courage, that confidence that you will get, it's amazing. I was just floored by when I heard this song, and that is the meaning of it, that as long as I have Rama with me, I have nothing to fear. But as things go on, the lashes are the ones he's not able to bear. He's able to manage with the food and all that stuff, but the lashes start to hurt because you're being repeatedly lashed. I mean, the human body, there are only so many organs or parts of the body that you can keep lashing, and 10,000 lashes is a lot. So he's unable to bear the pain. And so he sings this very beautiful song.
కలికి తూరాయి మెలుపుగా చేయిసి రామచంద్ర నీవు కులుకుచూ తిరిగెదవు ఎవరవ్వ సుమ్మని రామచంద్ర తండ్రి దశరథ మగరాజు పెట్టేన రామచంద్ర లేక మీ మామ ఆజనక మగరాజు పంపేన రామచంద్ర అబ్బా తిట్టి తినని ఆయాస పడవదు రామచంద్ర ఈ దెబ్బల కోర్వక అబ్బా తిట్టి తినయ్య రామచంద్ర.
So in this song, he's asking, I built this temple for you. I adorned you with all these beautiful necklaces, diamonds, emeralds. Everything is just shining with brilliance. Who do you think gave you all this? Did your father gift this to you? Or do you think this is from your father-in-law? It was me, I gave it. And do I deserve is this the result of all this? I mean, do I deserve this kind of a treatment for having adorned you with so many jewels? And he's saying, in the very song, he says, I'm so sorry, I blamed you, I ridiculed you, where did you get this jewelry from? It's because I couldn't bear the pain. See, the body consciousness is still there. He's still having that body consciousness, he's feeling the pain, so he's and I have to thank Geeta Mohan Ram here, because I did call her about this to just find out if Swami had spoken anything in particular about Bhakta Ramadas when they were growing up. And she said, this one song is very beautiful, you should talk about it. And I believe Anjali Devi, before the movies are released, they come to Swami and take his blessings. And this movie on Bhakta Ramadas, which was released I think in 63 or 64, I don't know the exact date. So they had brought it, in those days it used to be reels, they would put the reels and then they will project it onto a wall or a screen, and they had brought that to Brindavan and showed it to Swami, and he so much enjoyed it. He loved the songs, he loved the performance. I think Swami has always been a very great, I would say, encourager of the fact that the more you listen to all these great saints, how they lived their life, what they followed, if we can take a few pearls from that, our lives would be much better. And I think Swami has said that repeatedly through all his discourses. And I just wanted to present the Paluke Bangaramaina song at this time, followed by Eti Dugananu, because I think it fits in here better. Again, the meaning being that talking to me has become so golden for you that your words have become golden that you won't even talk to me, is it? He's asking. Bhakta Ramadas is pleading with Rama. And the next song, the Eti Rugananu, is without the compassionate glance from you, nothing will happen, Rama. You know, all my past karmas, I'm suffering because of my past karmas. Will you not protect me? Will you not find some salvation for me? He's pleading, he's begging. So I thought both these songs fit in at this part of the drama of Bhakta Ramadas, and so I'd like to present this. Paluke Bangaramaya Kodandapani Paluke Bangaramaya Paluke Bangaramaya Pilachina Palukavini Paluke Bangaramaya Pilachina Palukavini Kalaroni Namaswarana Aravanu Chakkani Tamri Kalaroni Namaswarana Aravanu Chakkani Tamri Paluke Bangara Mayana. So when he's pleading like this to Lord Rama, there is just no response. And then most of us have heard this. They say when you go to the temple to pray, whether the God gives you the grace or not, the pujari should allow you to get in. I don't know if you have heard of that, right? So in this case, because Rama is just not being moved by his prayers, by his pleadings, he turns to Devi Sita and he says, "What, Mother Sita, I'm suffering so much. Your husband is not listening, he's not doing anything to help me out here. Can you not put in a word, a recommendation for me, please? Can you please talk to him on my behalf?" So in Saundarya Lahari, there's a very beautiful shloka. Those of you that have heard Brother Sai Shravan's talks, you would have known. Drishtim Sakarunam, that is her sideward glance. She just has to look by the corner of her eye at somebody and they will be blessed with everything in this world. All sorts of wealth, health, wealth, prosperity, peace, happiness, everything is blessed. How does that happen? Just by her glance. She doesn't even have to turn and look at you. She just has to glance. But our dear Lord Sai Rama, how many times he has walked among us, giving us darshan, looking at us into our eyes. How blessed are we? How blessed are we? So she asks Sitama, Nannu Brohamani Cheppave, please ask him to save me. Please ask him to protect me. So, on Sita's recommendation. Sita Devi tells Rama, what is this, Rama? Here's your devotee, he's begging and pleading and you're not doing anything to shower your grace on him. And so Rama and Lakshmana, there are again two different versions about this story. Rama and Lakshmana come in the dream of Tanasha, the emperor, and they tell him, you have imprisoned my devotee, you release him right away, your money has been paid. And sure enough, when he gets up in the morning from his dream, he sees 2 bags of gold coins, tallying exactly with the tax amount that was due. And so he releases Gopanna, Kancharla Gopanna, also known as Bhakta Ramadas. The other story is, when Sita asks Rama to go and save him, both Rama and Lakshmana leave. They leave and they come to see the king in the middle of the night. The guard says, you cannot go in like that. They said, no, we have to meet him. This is very urgent. And so, the guard has nothing to, he's not able to stop them. So he allows them to go inside. They wake him up, Rama and Lakshmana wake him up, wake up the Shah, and they give him the 2 sacks. And he's asking, who are you and what are you doing at this time of the night? And they say, I'm Ramoji, this is Lakshmoji. We have come to return the cash that Kancharla Gopanna owes you. And he says, oh, fantastic. And then Rama says, you need to release him immediately. And the Shah says, of course, I will do that, as soon as the dawn breaks, I will make sure that he's released. Then Rama says, no, as soon as I leave, you might forget, you might say, I never received any coins, and you might continue to torture him. I don't want all that, I need proof from you. And Tanasha says, it's the middle of the night, I don't have anybody, no scribe to write a chit and give it to you, receipt that I have received the gold coins. Rama says, doesn't matter, you're chewing pan, your saliva is spilt into in those days, they used to spill the saliva of the pan into a bowl. He says, use that. Here is my sash. This is Rama's pattu veshti. This is the silken dhoti of Lord Rama. He gives it and he says, write in this that you have received the gold coins and you are going to release my devotee. So then he does that, using the saliva, he writes, I have received so and so gold coins and I'm releasing him. Look at the extent to which God will go to help his devotee. If the devotee is a true devotee who has surrendered completely to God, other than you, I have none. Anyata charanam nasti, tvameva sharanam mama, tasmat karuni. So when you have that bhava, then God will come and do this. So then, when Bhadrachala is released the next morning, when Ramadas is thinking, what happened, who released, who paid you, And then the Shah says, I don't know who came. There were 2 young guys. One called himself Ramoji and he said the other one is Lakshmoji. They came and they paid. So Bhadrachala Ramadas feels so happy that he's released, but he's feeling sad that he missed seeing Rama and Lakshmana. So he immediately rushes to Bhadrachala to see Rama, Lakshmana and Sita Devi. And there he sees the Veshti, the dhoti of Lord Rama, having that mark. Received so much gold coins from so and so. And that proof that it was paid for. Yeah, you can pay that. This can So, if you don't mind reading.
Bhagavan says, your heart.
Bhagavan says, your heart is the temple of Rama. Constantly contemplate on Rama, who is eminent in your heart. Rama is there with you, in you, around you, not only in your waking state, but also in the dream and deep sleep state. He is eternally with you. Rama is not limited to a particular form. He assumes innumerable forms. Though the forms are many, divinity in them is one. Establish this truth in your heart firmly and spend your time profitably. Then your life will be filled with everlasting bliss. Constantly recite the name of Rama. So Namasmarana is something very dear to Swami, and we are going to be doing it in the next 20 minutes and also in the next 15 minutes by our dear brother Ram Vishwanathan. And I'd like to conclude and thank every one of you for your patient hearing.
we'll all, those of you who know this song, please sing along. It's the same tune. The words are coming up on the screen. Ramachandraya Janagaraja Manoharaya Mamakabhishtadaya Mahita Mangalam Koshalendraya Mandahasadasa Poshanaya Vasavadi Vinita Sarvaraya Mangalam Vimala Rupaya Vimila Vedanta Vedyaya Sumukha Chitta Kamitaya Shubhaga Mangalam Ramadasa Mrudita Hridaya Sivasaya Swami Bhadragiriraya Sarvamangalam Sarvamangalam Sarvamangalam. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.
तुमक चलत रामचंद्र तुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पेजलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पेजलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र खिलकी उठत दाया खिलकी उठत दाया खिलकी उठत दाया गिरत भूमि लट पटाय गिरत भूमि लट पटाय दाय मात गोडलेट धाय माट गोडलेट दाय माट गोडलेट दशरथ कीरलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पेजलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र तुलसीदास अति अनंद तुलसीदास अति अनंद देख के मुखारविंद देख के मुखारविंद रघुवर छवि के समान रघुवर छवि के समान रघुवर छवि बलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पेजलिया ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पेजलिया ठुमक चलत ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र
Saram, everyone. So I had the great honor of understanding more about the life of Goswami Tulsidas. And if you can go to the next slide, please. So, I grew up knowing that it was just Tulsidas, but when I found out that it was Goswami Tulsidas, I wanted to know a little bit more about what does that mean by Goswami. And it made sense that Goswami was the messenger of the Lord. And Go is relatable to cows. And Swami, of course, means Lord. So what does that mean entirely? And what is the message that Tulsidas is trying to be able to convey? And not only in his life, but also how is that translatable to what Swami has been telling us? And for those of you who do not know, he is a world-renowned, he's been a world-renowned poet, composer. He was born in 1554 in a village called Rajapur. He didn't cry at birth, but the first word that was uttered was Ram. And his name, actually given at birth, was not Tulsidas, but it was Rambola. And Tulsidas did not have a normal childhood. His parents had feared that there were bad omens due to inauspicious nakshatra. So his parents had given Rambola away to their maid named Chunia. And Chunia had passed away when Rambola was 5.5 years old. So already Rambola was faced with quite an uphill task, becoming an orphan. And he went door to door begging for food. But fate had it that the Lord was showering blessings onto him by blessing him with 2 gurus. And one was Swami Narahari, and another one was Swami Sanatanji, who had helped him get educated in Ayodhya and Kashi. And at the age of 15, after getting sufficient education, he then became known as Tulsidas. He then got married and lived a normal life. And it so happened he came to a phase where he was interested in worldly pursuits. He was very attached, especially to his wife. And there came a point in time when his wife had told him, after it got to a certain point, he crossed the line to a certain point, his wife had told him that if you showed the Lord this much dedication as you have to me, then you would become a better person. We have to think to ourselves how dedicated we are to the Lord, how dedicated we are to Swami. And we need to look at Tulsidas in his life and what he has gone through as a reminder of what it means to surrender. The worldly pursuits, it can be quite a distraction in our lives. But if we're able to figure out what we need as opposed to what we want, we are able to make steps, the necessary steps towards God. There was a quote, or there was actually a shloka that I'm going to deviate away that Lord Krishna had said, Tesham yukto biyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyayam. And so to dissect that, it means Tesham yukta biyuktanam, those devotees who constantly worship me, always. It's either whatever you have or whatever you need. Yogakshemam vahamyayam. I take care of them. So Swami we have seen in constant examples that he gives us not what we want, but what we need. And he's able to give us examples of ways in which we need to surrender. So I think it's very auspicious, especially of what today means. And I think it's also very auspicious in a few days from now, we'll be celebrating Swami's Mahasamadhi. And I think these are certain thoughts that we should all think about when we need to transform ourselves to God. So going back to Tulsidas, he was known to be able to write the Ramcharitmanas, which took 2 years, 7 months, and 26 days. At the time that he was finished writing it, it was at the time on the exact day when Rama and Sita got married. And the Ramcharitmanas had traveled well and far and wide. Everyone knew about Tulsidas, and he became well known. That well-wishers had started visiting him, giving him gifts, especially well-off families. And so happened that a thief had seen some of the riches that were given to Tulsidas. And he wanted to steal these treasures. So he decided to go in the night when Tulsidas was asleep. But he didn't realize that there were 2 kids with bows and arrows, one with a fairer complexion, one with a darker complexion, posted outside his house. So he couldn't do it that one night, let's do it the next night. Same kids showed up. Bow and arrows. No can do. To the point that the thief gave up. And during daytime, he found Tulsidas and he prostrated in front of him and he said, Tulsidas, I tried to steal from you, but I can't. And he described to him who the people who were guarding his house looked like. And that was when Tulsidas started having tears in his eyes because he knew who was protecting him. So I'm going to sing this song that talks about, that Tulsidas writes about protecting, Rama protecting one's honor. That I think is very important, that I think is very appropriate after this story.
रघुवर तुमको मेरी लाज, रघुवर तुमको मेरी लाज, सदा सदा में शरण तिहारी, सदा सदा में शरण तिहारी, तुम ही गरीब निवाज, रघुवर तुमको मेरी लाज। पतित उद्धारण विरद तुम्हारो पतित उद्धारण विरद तुम्हारो पतित उद्धारण विरद तुम्हारो श्रवणन सुनी आवाज पतित उद्धारण विरद तुम्हारो श्रवणन सुनी आवाज होठो तो पतित पुराणनत कहिए होठो पतित पुराणत कहिए पार उतारो जहाज आज पार उतारो जहाज आज रघुवर तुमको बेरिला अगकंडन दुख वंशन जग के यही तिहारो काज तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजिए तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजिए तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजिए पग दीदान तेहु राज पग दीदान तेहु आज रघुवर तुमको बेरिला
So this song, I think, was very appropriate because it was saying, "O Rama, please protect my honor." And I think with Tulsidas keeping on praying to Rama constantly, he was able to have the Lord Rama being troubled. Hey, this thief is coming. I need to go and protect him. And Patita Udharana Virada Tumharo, you've taken a vow to uplift the sinners. So how Rama was able to help reform that thief's habits. So I think that song was very, very appropriate to sing after that story. Tulsidas, he went on to live till 126 years old. And I thought, 126, that's a very interesting number. There has to be a meaning towards this. So I did a little bit of digging. So there's actually, in the Jewish custom, there's a Psalm 126, which tells you that in times of trouble and sorrow, they don't last for long. That it tells you that God will turn your sorrow into joy and your tears to laughter. you think of Tulsidas, he's lived a long life, but that life was not a cakewalk. He started off as an orphan, and then there were people wanted to steal from him. There were certain hard lessons that he had to learn, especially from his wife, which I'm sure that some people in this audience would probably understand that lesson as well. But I think we need to look at this, that we all have our own trials and tribulations, that how consistent are we at when it comes to calling on to Swami? We all expect Swami to be there for us, but do we make time to be there to pray to Swami in order to be able to receive the things that we need in this life? So what I've learned is that, especially just going back to Psalm 126, I'll just go there first. It expresses that the themes of redemption and joy and gratitude to God. And I think Tulsidas, given his bhakti, that he was able to show towards Lord Rama, that he was able to show that gratitude that enabled him to be able to receive the blessings of the Lord, to live until 126, to be able to compose the many songs that all of us today, as we live and breathe, are able to understand the vast ragas, the vast songs that he's been able to compose. So I think it was very appropriate that it took another faith to be able to explain what the number 126 means. And I learned from, I have to thank my parents on this, that there were 3 words that would help draw up a map to attain what Tulsidas has been able to experience, which was duty, discipline, and devotion. And I think those 3 words in that order, it definitely helps. To be able to know what your purpose in life, that's your duty. You need to have that first. Tulsidas was able to understand that through his trials and tribulations. Then through discipline and consistency was he able to understand and practice calling the name of Lord Rama. And thus he was able to then know what it means to have full devotion and let go of the worldly pleasures that we all see on a daily basis. So I will end this with a short song, if we have just a few minutes. And we'll change it to a higher Shruti. C.
Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. बैठे हैं राम लखन और सीता, बैठे हैं राम लखन और सीता। पंचवती वर पंचवती वर परल कुटीतर, काहे कुछो कथा पुनीता, काहे कुछो कथा पुनीता। बेटे हैं राम लखन और सीता बेटे हैं राम लखन और सीता सोहति मधुर मनोहर मूर्ति सोहति मधुर मनोहर मूर्ति हे बाहरिन के पाछे दावली नवनी बिलोकनी दलतनी पासे तुलसी उर्वाचे पासे तुलसी उर्वाचे बेटे हैं राम लखन और सीता 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 और सीता और सीता और सीता और सीता और सीता
Sairam, everyone. I just want to thank all of you for listening to this. And one last thing I will say is that when Tulsidas had passed away, it was fitting that his last word was the same as his first word that he uttered when he came into the world, which was Ram. And I hope that what Auntie and I had spoken about would encourage all of us to learn how to let go of certain worldly attachments so that we all are able to transform ourselves in our path towards Swami. Sairam.
Grateful to Swami to have given this thought.
He is indeed the planner. He is indeed the executor. So when this thought occurred to me to speak, to have a panel on the Rama Bhakti, Swami had orchestrated not just the topic, but the speakers as well, through whom we were elevated to the days of Kancharla Gopanna and Ram Bhola in their original names. Grateful to Swami, and also I want to take this opportunity. The divine presence that we feel today is the love exhibited by the Cherukuri family, this beautiful altar. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank Sai Shri, Sai Shravan, and Sai Saket for transporting Ayodhya into Pile. Once again, grateful to Ram and Bharati for not a moment of hesitation when I reached out. And once again, this was all planned, as I often repeat myself, this was all planned and orchestrated by none other than Swami himself. What I took away from this study circle Swami again and again reinforces that he is Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. He is the only one that can take us through however we are and however destitute we would be. And he also beautifully reinforces, I was listening to this talk the other day where Swami says, take one step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards you. So taking that one step is where our goal should be, that we take this one step, the Swami runs and takes those 100 steps towards us. With that, I thank everyone in the audience included for your avid and patient hearing of Ramadasas, both Tulsidasa and Ramadasa. With this, we will conclude with 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sai Ram.